Welcome one and all to another edition of Let's Talk About, hosted by yours truly, Zach Kyleman. Today on this edition, we're going to jump back into some XFL conversation, and I have a potential XFL draftee here that I am pleased to be talking with today. Kalias Robertson, who is a former tight end for Alabama A&M, is joining us today. Kalias, how you been, man? Got a lot going on for you.
Yeah, man, I've been doing great, man. Just working hard, man, getting ready for the draft ride. I'm so excited. I'm very ready.
Yes, hey, we're all excited for you, as we've seen on Twitter, been giving you some support. So I want to ask you, and I'm happy to talk to you for the first time here on this platform. What is at least before I get into your ask about your life story, how's this process been? Just interacting, say, with hearing from GMs or other personnel from the XFL, like say you and your agent. How's that been?
It's been kind of just a little astonishing, but exciting at the same time because it's a new league that's getting popped up. So we're just trying to make sure that I get in, man, and just continue my football career, man. My agent, man, Nathan Shackelford, with High Calling Sports, man, he's doing a great job, and I'm so proud to have him.
Hey, any agent or an agent that does well by you, I say, is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's get into your journey so far. Tell me about yourself. Where'd you grow up? What's your life like? Just let's let the listener know where you come from.
Okay, I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, man. I was going to school at Central High School when I first started playing football. I just started in high school, so I was really trying to. I seen other athletes, man, ahead of me, ahead of time that went off to college to play football. So I wanted to do the same thing. So I put in the work, the extra work. So starting off my ninth grade year, I played quarterback. So I was getting that down, and one day my coach asked me would I like to play tight end and a little receiver. So I asked him why not try it. So I tried it. I had good hands, good catching. So I I understood how it was. I hit a growth spurt around the 10th grade. I was like 5'11". I hit a growth spurt to like 6'2". So I was like, I could really do something with this. So I started putting more, investing in myself, staying in the late room late. Actually, I started running track and doing soccer so I could better my speed and my agility. So that helped me out. That helped me out a lot. And I kind of started getting into more football when I started going to camps during the summer. Like I know I went to a Sanford camp in Birmingham and I did great, man, and picked up like a little slight offer. I also went to Mississippi State, was really my first offer I had. I
Okay.
went up there in front of Dan Mullen. We played a couple 7-on-7 games, and he really liked the way I did it. So during the time when everyone had lunch, I had to stay and throw it. I believe they had his name was Tyler Russell was the quarterback then when I was in high school. So I stayed and threw routes with him and a more couple prospects, and it was just great, man. A great feeling, man. And after that, man, I chose to go to Alabama A&M, where I had got picked up by Coach Jones, and I started playing tight end, wide receiver. Man, I started to continue to dedicate myself, man, in and out the weight room, made sure my grades was good and stuff like that, because grades always come first before football. So I kept going and going. Also, my major was mechanical engineering, so I had a full load, but I didn't let the full load stop me from football. So I just balanced myself out, and I always been a student athlete. And overall, I kept playing my years in college and in football, and I thought I'd have a chance of taking it further. So I kept developing myself, kept getting bigger, faster, stronger. Played in some big games. We had the Madison City Classic. Every Madison City Classic game I played in, I scored in, and we played big schools. And I'll be one of the players that will be to watch for on the big schools that have me to watch for. So now I play them. They'll either double team it or had different packages where they have to cover me. So it was really a blessing to be noticed by other big schools and stuff like that. And I got after my college career, I got invited to the FCS Bowl. Well, I got invited to multiple bowls, but I played in the FCS Bowl where I had great practices and also caught a touchdown in that game. So I kept going, and that's when I started training for my pro day and stuff like that. So after my pro day, I had a good pro day. I ran a 4 6 1. Hit bench 18 times on the bench press, 225. Had a good broad jump. So I was just weighing my options, trying to see what college teams, what NFL teams were listening out to me. And I talked to a couple liked me. They just didn't like my height. They thought I was still a little bit short. I was 6'3.5" then, and it kind of inched off where they said my height would be a problem, and I don't know why, cause it's just an inch off. But I kept working myself, trying to get in somewhere and stuff like that, and that's when the AFF came upon. So I started training for the AFF. Again, I went to a couple AFF combines and stuff like that, and talked to a couple GMs. They really liked me. Birmingham was one of the teams that liked me. Also, Atlanta Legends. So
Yeah.
I had private workouts with those teams. And one day I got a call from the GM from the Birmingham team, and he wanted to bring me in for one more private workout in front of the offensive coordinator, the head coach, the tight end coach, and the GM. And I did a personal workout, and I did great. And they wanted to sign me, and that's when about town AFF that next day they were saying they was gonna suspend the AFF, and so it was kind of like a sad story because I was like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Right.
I'm 1 inch away, and I got that call about them suspending the league, so it kind of set me. It was a kind of setback for me because I was so ready to get ready to play some pro football. So later on in the months, I got a call before the summertime. I got a call from a NLA arena team, New York Streets. They wanted me to come
Yes.
join them, so I went up there, compared myself to New York. This is my first time being in New York, so I was kind of nervous. But then again, I wasn't, because I know I wanted to play football. So I went up there a couple months in the summertime, played with them, and did great. Just working on myself, bettering myself, and just learning, critiquing my skills and my craft so I can be a better player. And then this is when I know the XFL started to uprise, stuff like that. So my agent kept in contact. My agent was in contact with a couple teams that he knew personally, people he knew personally. So he talked to those guys and stuff like that, and they really liked what I was doing, my hard work and stuff like that. And so they was like, we're gonna invite you in our draft. So that happened for me. So I'm just glad I'm right here now, waiting on this draft Friday. So my story's My story's pretty good, man. I'm just waiting on my shot, man, because I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm happy to hear you potentially get that chance, and I would have to say, for many of those others that, your story, it's definitely one to say, just keep on grinding. What keeps you driving every day, waiting for that shot? What is the motivating factor for you?
Because all my life I've been working hard, man, and I just know I'm not a quitter, man. I don't When I get something started, I always want to finish. So what drives me is I wake up in the morning, wake up around 7:30, eat breakfast, and I'll be at the gym no later than 8:10 every day. Every day. So every day I get up and go run first, and then I lift weights. So it's just me being the grind, man. The grinds keep me going every day, man. Wanting to get better, man. Wanting to play in the league. Wanting to do better. So it's the grind, man. The grind keeps me going for real, man. My family, my mom, and stuff like that. I want to help my mom out a little bit more. So it's just I have so many whys why I just want to keep going and not give up.
All right. Hey, completely understandable. I'm gonna, just to ask and sound like I'm an interviewer. If you're talking to one of the GMs directly for the XFL, or one of the coaches, the personnel for the XFL, what would you give them as your greatest strengths for contributing to that squad?
I would say my greatest strength is being a leader and also a pass catcher. Man,
Mhm.
I'm great at catching the ball, man, especially after the catch, man. I'm kind of many people say, as you can see, I have things a tight end. Some most tight ends don't possessing that speed. After the catch, I can do a lot on the ground, man, with that ball, man.
Mhm.
I sometimes I can understand because I feel myself when I work on my routes after I catch the ball, man, I get explosive and I can run, man. I can really run, man. That's one strength I know I have that the GMs would love.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and your video definitely your highlight reel, to be proper, definitely shows that. Which just to clarify, where can you find that highlight video or highlights for you?
You can find it in my Twitter, in my bio, or you can go look on YouTube. Just type in Kalias Robertson highlights and he'll show up. So it's everywhere, man.
Mhm. Now, this is kind of a question just for a receiver, you being a receiving type of tight end. What's your favorite route to run?
Man, it's between. I have two routes I like to run. It's either the seam or the post. The
Okay.
post. Not the post, but the corner, the
Okay.
corner
Okay.
route.
Okay.
And I like these type of routes because sometimes the defender don't know where I'm going. Like on my seam, I can kind of finesse it where they'll think I'm running out or something like that, and they'll break on it, and I'll just hit the gas, and it'll be hard to run with me after that. And sometimes on my corners, I'll fake one of the posts, and they'll think I'm running the post, and I end up running the corner. So I know how to get open. That's one thing about me. I know how. That's another strength I have. I know how to get open, get myself
Mhm.
open.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean, hey, you got the length and the speed. Like I said, I know I keep referencing the video, but there's proof on the tape, obviously. um, what do you? I know you're more pass catcher, but you definitely have you got some good run blocking skills from a few of the videos I've seen. You want to comment on that?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. On my college days, man. Even though we were tight ends, man, we still have to be responsible to know how to block, and that's one thing. One of my O line coaches we had that every morning we'll wake up early before practice and we'll have to block, and most of the times every day every morning we'll get up and start practice with Oklahoma drill. So it was a must. You have to know how to block. You have to know how to get physical and not. And I've been in the weight room a lot, so I have no problem getting physical. I love getting physical, man. So that was one thing about me. I like to get physical and have to take on opponents, compete with another opponent. So yeah, I love the block, man. That's one thing about me. I love the block as a tight end.
Hey, I can relate to those Oklahoma drills, man. That was all high school. Just a little background on me. I played center in high school, so I respect a good blocking
Oh
technique,
yeah.
if you know what I mean. So
Uh
when I see it, I definitely got to make sure to give it some cred.
huh.
Personally, there's 8 teams in the XFL. Do you have a preference? Say if you were to luckily land on a preferred team.
I don't have a preference at all because I'll be grateful for whatever team pick me up. But it's a couple teams I like out there. I like the LA Wildcats. I like what they got doing over there with
Mhm.
Coach Moss has going on over there and stuff like that. I talked to him a couple times. So also I like the Seattle Dragons.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I had a couple conversations with Tony Sophie over there. So, and I also like Dallas. Dallas is
Ooh.
another team I like. I see what Bob Stoops has going on the air raid, and there'll be another offense that I love to run in because it's an air raid. So the tight end kind of slotted out as a slot receiver. So that's something I love to be in too, something like that. So yeah, those a couple teams. But I'm grateful for whatever I end up, and I'm grateful for it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'll tell you what, it would be pretty special to play for Bob Stoops out there, legend in college football, and you get to play with Landry Jones as well, who's been one of the highlight players of the league.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd be happy, man.
yeah, but I mean, I understand, opportunity, take it where you can,
Mhm.
and again, we're happy that you're going to get that chance. I also want to ask, you got a favorite got a favorite team name out of the 8, or are those just along the same line as the 3 you were talking about?
Those about on the same line as the same one. I mean, I like the New York Guardians. That's kind of cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Seattle Dragons. I'm just waiting on. I'm ready to see the uniform colors, man, because I know they're gonna be amazing, man. So
same
that's what
here.
I'm waiting to see on.
Yeah, I imagine those are gonna be coming soon.
Yeah.
I mean, once everything for the drafts clear up, but yeah, you're on the same line as many of us fans. We're ready to check the rest of the stuff out. Well, before I let you go and I let you get some plugs in on where we can find you. Do you have anything you'd like to say to family, friends that you like to let them know while you're here?
I mean, I could say a couple friends, man. Just know, man, everyone's journey is not the same, man. And sometimes the journey may get hard where you don't know if you should keep going or stop. And I'm just here to motivate, to tell them to keep going, man, and just have faith. And sometimes, man, you have to sit down and talk to God, man, and just ask Him to give you the type of faith where you will make sure you keep going yourself, man. Because sometimes it can get hard, man. You might want to quit and wonder why you keep doing this and that, man. But just understand the hard work, and I always understood that hard work pays off. It may not happen when you want it to, but it's gonna definitely pay off. You keep working hard and keep faith, man.
Definitely some words to live by. We can definitely take those words for sure. Now, where can we find you? Where can we see where you're talking on social platforms?
You can follow me on Instagram, Booby Miles, Miles _/ 84, or you can find me on Twitter, 84 on go 84 on go on Twitter. So yeah, you can see me around there, man. Just give them a little motivation every day, man. Post my workouts and stuff like that. Just being positive, man, to the world, man, because that's what we need right now.
So that's going to do it for this edition of Let's Talk About, hosted by yours truly. A special thank you to Kalias Robertson for joining us on this edition of the show. We enjoyed it thoroughly here, and I look forward to seeing him rostered come Friday for the XFL 2019 Supplemental Draft. I expect him to be rostered for sure come Friday. Again, if you want to keep up with Let's Talk About, you got multiple ways of doing so. You can check us out on Facebook at Let's Talk About, hosted by Zach Kyleman. The shortcut for that would be at Zach Podcast Blog. You can also check us out on Twitter at ZK Podcast. That is at capital Z, capital K, capital P, ODCAST. I also do post updates for when episodes are out on stories for Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Those are my personal Zach Kyleman pages. If you want to catch up and know when the latest episode's out, I will always post there. And if you want to follow any of the XFL content or AFL content, by the way, this episode will be posted on YouTube in the form of an audio file via video file format. That will be on the AFL Fan Zone page. AFL Fan Zone and XFL Fan Zone are a shared cooperation that many of us dedicated fans of the two leagues have. So if you want to check that out, check out this episode, the previous XFL Draft Day episode I did, and future episodes on there too. Got many platforms to check this out, guys. For the future, we do have some more NFL podcasts coming our way. XFL content's going to be ramping up here, of course, once we get some uniform details. And once the supplemental draft on Friday is done, we will have pretty much not finalized rosters, but we'll have rosters that have fully stacked their draft classes, and we can start analyzing better. Until then, guys, so long. And again, thanks again to Kalias Robertson. We wish him the best. But again, stay tuned for the next episode.